Hi, this is Rima from Mass Effect Odyssey, and today I'm bringing you some more insight into Mass Effect lore. More specifically, types of religious symbols that are present in the Mass Effect universe. Now, this is not a theory video, we're just going to be looking at religious symbols that have been kind of presented in the universe. We're probably going to do an in-game religion video at some point, so let's have a look. So let's have a look at the most obvious kind of symbols that we've seen in the game so far. So, Reapers. They're the big bad in the Mass Effect Trilogy, and the reference to the Grim Reaper or Death is pretty clear. The figure of Death has been present in ancient and modern religions, and the Reaper is normally depicted as some kind of being that escorts a soul to the afterlife. Now, related, the Reaper can also be a reference to a harvesting tool called a Reaper, or a scythe, which is a tool commonly held by the Grim Reaper, so that's a little circle for you there. Now, Eden Prime is got a really strong correlation to the Garden of Eden, commonly known as the Garden of Eden being a very beginning stage of mankind in the Bible, where Adam and Eve were presented with a paradise and they were left to prove themselves. Now, Eden Prime is the first human colony, or one of the first human colonies in the Mass Effect universe, and can be seen as a proving ground for humanity. But Eden Prime is also seen as a starting point for our trilogy, where Saren betrays his old friend and colleague Nihilus, and leads to the race to the Prothean Beacon. Now, this resembles the betrayal of Eve by the sly snake and the forbidden fruit from the Tree of Knowledge. We've already referenced some other references to biblical ideas in some of our videos, like Leviathan, the mythical sea creature who embodies the devil, and references to afterlife with clauses like purgatory and afterlife in the Citadel DLC video that we did earlier. But here are some other religious references that we thought were quite interesting. Now, the use of the pseudonym Archangel for Garris. The Archangel can be literally translated to Chief Angel, and are normally depicted as the lead angel, and more importantly, during many important religious events they are present, such as the birth of Christ, and they're also present where Christ rose from the grave, basically. But now Garris can also be seen as a very important companion, being present for the entire trilogy and during very crucial points in Shepard's story, almost like a second in command. Now, there have been references to the 7 Archangels as well, and there could be said to be seen as 7 important prime characters other than Shepard in the trilogy. For example, Garris, Liara, Tali, Rex, Ashley or Caden, Joker, and Anderson. Along with the 7 Archangels, Shepard's companions can almost be seen as disciples, with the 19 companions throughout the game not including Arya and Nyreen, and non-companion characters such as Bailey, Anderson, Joker, Chakos, and Hackett. These companions share similar duties to the biblical disciples, such as spreading the tale of Shepard and supporting Shepard even though they were shunned for their belief in things like the Reapers. Now let's look at Shepard himself. The term Shepherd is used commonly in the Bible to refer to God or Christ, for example, the Good Shepherd. There are normally surrounding descriptions of a central leading figure with a flock of people and leading them to a purpose. There have been many speculations and theories about Shepard being a messiah figure and how their journey follows a similarity to Christ's journey. For example, look at Mr. Jungo's comment and how he explains how. You can have a look at it, it's quite long, but you can have a look and see what he said. But for example, like being reborn in Mass Effect 2 and the sacrifice at the end of Mass Effect 3. But whether this was done on purpose or just coincidence, there have been references to BioWare staff kind of looking at the term Shepard. For example, Casey Hudson did comment on Shepard being the first human Spectre and the shepherding of humanity and the quality of that. But let's not forget the Stargazer scene as well, and the term the Shepherd. Now, the next idea could be quite interesting, just because of how important it could be to Mass Effect Andromeda. There has been some obvious correlations between the Archon theory and the story of Noah's Ark, the idea of a warning of a disaster, and the plans to preserve humanity or preserve nature go in hand, but there's also references to the Ark of the Covenant. The Ark was a vessel that held the stones that the 10 Commandments were inscribed into, and the Ark was present during many of the biblical miracles. It was pointed out by commenter Flux Dare that the Ark is also briefly shown in the Citadel DLC. Now, whether this is just a kind of a nod to the Raiders of the Lost Ark, or it's actually quite a small hint, we'll just have to wait and see. There are many religious symbols that we haven't really covered in this video. For example, references to Adam and Eve that relate to Joker and Edie, to loyalty missions in Mass Effect 2 sharing similar themes and names to parables in the Bible, to the similarities between Quarians and biblical Jews, but we have to limit the length of this video. Whether these have been done on purpose or coincidental, it's very interesting to see how religion could have influenced the storyline of Mass Effect. So what do you think? Have you spotted any religious symbols that we've missed? and let us know in the comments below. And please like and share this video to help our channel grow, and we will see you next time.